And welcome to Face Down Queens.
I'm Majenta with the J, and I'm the fuckable Joker.
And I'm Georgia with the good flu.
We are so excited to recap our first episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 4. So let's just dive right into it. Monique Heart was a great way to kick it off.
Yes, I agree. She was probably my second favorite entrance look after Manila.
Oh, yes, that was very clever.
That was so clever.
This episode, I have to say, I've never seen an episode or probably a season of Drag Race that is so meta and self-referential.
Yes.
Because everybody is hitting out their previous
know their
names.
brand to a fault.
Yeah,
I would say.
I think Manila did it right.
Yes.
Because she referenced one look and she did a twist on it.
Yeah.
And she didn't make a big stink about it.
Yeah. Unlike Trinity, who changed her name.
I thought it was interesting that Gia and Monique had such similar looks, and Monique did it better.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Gia. So, do you want to jump into the mini challenge? Reading.
Yes. I thought Latrice deserved that win without a doubt.
Yeah.
At least based on what they aired. My favorite read of the whole thing wasn't aired, and it was Manila to Trinity. You on All Stars is just like your face. Filler. I can't believe they didn't air it.
Painful for me was Farrah.
Farrah, oh boy, that was...
I feel like she learned nothing from her roast because she did the exact same thing of like going
just
super mean.
And not funny.
Yeah.
And her affected laugh that she was doing all episode got on...
Oh my god. You know what? You sounded like Max doing Sharon Needles.
I thought that right as I did it.
Jasmine, not that I didn't think she'd be funny, but she was funnier than I thought in this format. Saying to Latrice, I liked you better when you were my bodyguard. I thought was pretty good. That's a good joke to make about like relative to somebody's size because it's not insulting to them.
Right.
All right, do you want to move on to the main challenge?
Yeah, Monique. I liked her performance, and it was one of my favorites of the night. Certainly top 3. I thought that in any other All-Stars season, it would have been a safe performance. And maybe, like, we're spoiled. Like, we see Neon Calypso on a regular basis. So we might have a higher... I'm like, I could see something like this out at the club on any night of the week.
I thought Monique, not quite Aja level, but she did feel like she had a level your pussy up bit of a moment. But I am already tired of brown cow.
Oh, yeah,
spinning.
absolutely.
And I realized after watching this that she's wearing it in her confessionals as well, so it's not going away. And there was that kind of throwaway moment where she had a bag full of cow print, and somebody was like, oh, is that for your talent? She's like, no, it's for later. We're gonna get more.
She seems to be hitting her brand too hard, but she is one of, like, 5 who seems to be doing that. And she's... carrying it a little better than most just because she is so elevated from her season and she's just so goddamn charismatic.
Can we jump, speaking of brand, to Monet? She is a church singer.
She's a trained opera singer.
And sounded awful. Oh my god. I think she just can't do falsetto because she had like one note in her bass and it sounded good.
Good, yeah. She has a very deep voice and I think that she was trying to hit notes that she hit in the studio with a little help.
Yeah. But speaking of like brand stuff, the sponge thing, I feel like there must be this like advice going around that you need to seize whatever you were known for and just write it out.
Yeah.
But I think that applies more to somebody that has one shot. They're all getting a second shot. Like, this is their opportunity to create new memories and things.
Yeah, and I think that part of it is Alaska and Trixie won their All-Star seasons, and they're good at marketing. I feel like these queens saw that, and they're like, okay, I need to be good at marketing. But
they took the wrong lesson.
Yes.
Yeah. Monet was one of the ones I was most looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I feel like this episode, she was not elevated from season 10 at all.
I agree.
I hope that there is a like stand-up challenge or roast or something where she gets to be the MC. I feel like she would kill that. Like that's when I've seen videos of her hosting things. She's so charismatic.
Let's go to Naomi. I hated it. It was a worse version of Milk's talent show performance from All Stars 3, and Milk's talent show performance was bad. But it was more creative than this.
I guess I agree to a certain extent. I didn't hate it, but I am baffled as to how it was a top three. Yeah, I don't think it should have been bottom 3. It should have been safe. Do we want to talk about Jasmine Masters? I know that she's very beloved online,
yes,
but it's for stuff that has like almost no crossover to Drag Race.
Yeah. She did not plan her performance. It honestly angered me. I've spent years convincing men to eat asshole as often as I can get them to. And in a minute of television, she undoes years of hard work. So now I'm gonna have men being like, oh, I'm not gonna eat asshole because Jasmine Masters told me not to.
Yeah, I think most men live and die by her word. So you are well and truly fucked. We also had Pheromone.
Even if she hadn't fallen, she looked nervous and uncomfortable the whole time.
I will say, I thought she looked beautiful, and
yes,
I loved her outfit.
Absolutely. There was good production value. I will say that.
What do you think of Gia saying that she just doesn't have talent?
That's harsh, but maybe that wasn't her talent.
There's not like a comedy or lip syncing. Like, pretty is the strongest thing that she's got.
Yes.
Which is good. I wish either of us had it. But actually, since I mentioned her, let's talk about Gia. Gia.
Her performance was very good, and I liked it a lot. But you could tell just from the editing that it wasn't going to be top 3.
I have to say, she was my favorite, and I was very shocked that she was not in the top 3. When they announced who was safe, and they said Gia, Latrice, Manila, and Valentina, I assumed they were announcing the top.
So I think that's a good segue to Latrice, who should have won.
You think?
Yes, she was my top for the night.
She brought all episode more energy than I remember, because I loved her, but I thought of her as very sort of
laid back,
like a chill, calming force. But she was alive. The only thing that bugged me is that she was visibly not lip syncing to big portions of it.
Yes, that is true.
And I was a little confused as to whether that was intentional or something with the editing or what, but it threw me. So I would have been very happy with her in the top 3. She would not have been my number 1. But.
Yeah, I get that.
Now, what about her All Stars 1 sister Manila?
I, again, really liked Manila's performance, but it was not a winning performance. It was different, it was original, it was interesting, it was fun, and I feel like it was very Manila. But it was like 45 seconds of what's happening, and then really good payoff.
I will admit that I was kind of on the edge of my seat the whole time, because I was a little bit like terror that she had chosen something terrible.
Yeah.
It ended up being delightful. I would have been happy with her top 3, but I also understand why she was safe. Going back to top 3, what about Trinity?
I hated.
Really?
I hated Trinity's.
Oh my god.
That's it. I agree with Gia. Your talent can't be having a penis and pretending that you don't.
The fact that it was both a comedy and song thing was interesting to me. And I thought it was mostly delivered well. I found it odd that for a song about tucking, we saw her tuck for about half a second at the very end. I agree when Carson was like, you came out from behind there and nothing had changed.
Yeah.
I could see her being in the top 3. That was not unjustified in my opinion.
I didn't like it.
Let's talk about Valentina.
Again, not a fan. I've never gotten the Valentina hype. She's very pretty.
I think it says something that it took this long for us to talk about her. I'm really glad to have her back. She correctly pointed out that to some she's wonderful, to some she's a villain. And I'm intrigued with how she's playing with that and where that will go.
Yes.
I do think she had probably one of the best self-referential things in that it was not too over the top with the very quick mask on and then threw it away, and the whole song wasn't about like, I'd like to keep it on please. I admired that she's very big about promoting her heritage.
Yes.
And that she carried that through to the song.
Yeah. And I get that like she like has her drag character of being like this telenovela, sometimes villain, sometimes heroine. But I feel like she never breaks that character. It's the one time when it's the one time where I get that I don't see the real you critique.
Top 3, bottom 3, how'd you feel about their selections? The judges?
Not great.
I was perplexed by the top 3. I thought the bottom 3 was exactly correct.
That was fair.
If you were Trinity, whose name would have been on your lipstick?
Probably Jasmine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, she seemed a little bit more resigned. Like, she went in and she was like, oh, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna talk on the mic for a minute.
Yeah, I would have made the same choice. When it comes to the lip sync for your legacy, what do you think? The right winner win?
I don't even fucking know or care. I love that song a lot, and I feel like neither of them did it justice.
So this, again, reminded me of the first episode of All Stars 3. You had Aja just come back from the previous season with the glow up against a more seasoned queen. So Monique in that role.
Right.
And I thought in both cases, Monique and Aja began the lip sync, dominating it.
But then lost the thread.
Yeah, and to be fair to Aja didn't mess up. She just didn't have the same humor as Ben. Whereas
a little outshined.
Monique has lip synced, I believe, 2 times total on this show and lost her wig 2 times.
When it's done,
yes.
That's an iconic moment.
That is. So I felt like Trinity won a bit by default.
Yes, I agree.
She did well, but it was not
something
memorable.
No. So we're introducing 2 segments.
Yeah.
And the first one is our royal flush.
So this is the queen that, or the moment that we felt like was not the best.
Yeah, that we could flush.
Yeah. What's your pick for the royal flush of the week?
I'll call it Farrah Fawcett.
You're a horrible person. I gotta flush down Jasmine Masters. I mean, she literally was talking about assholes, so it feels fitting for this segment.
Thematically.
I will admit I actually was laughing, but it was in like 6 levels of meta, what's going on here kind of laughing. All right.
So, our other segment that we're introducing this week is our winning hand. We're really hitting home the card theme.
Yeah.
We're branding queens now too.
It's hand as in reference to cards.
Yes.
So this is for not just a single moment, but overall episode, entertainment value, all the
challenge,
things coming
runways,
together. Yeah,
just being the star of the episode.
Who stole the show? And our pick is
Monique Heart.
Across the board, I was thoroughly entertained throughout the episode.
Consistently.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
She's a production.
All right, let's talk about what's coming up next week. They gave us a little bit of a preview.
And we all know the one thing that stuck out in that preview is fair telling Gia. Some of us don't have to force storylines to get airtime.
So to name drop a little, we did run into Gia Gunn at DragCon.
We did.
This was before All Stars 4 was officially announced, so I said something like, if the rumors are true, I'm looking forward to seeing you on TV. Her reaction was very
a little lukewarm.
Yeah, I sure hope I'm on it too, or something, and I get a distinct vibe that this was not a pleasant experience for her.
Yes, and especially some of the things that she's been saying on social media and in interviews.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if this is something that we will see on camera, or if there's something behind the scenes.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
We had a great time, and we're very excited to give you more Face Down Queens. Subscribe, comment, share. You guys came through, and the only negative comment we got was about Georgia, so keep it up.
This is about these.
Yeah. We will unfortunately be on a little bit of a Christmas break, or holiday break. Catch us in a little more than a week. We will make sure that we don't skip a single beat of the next 2 episodes.
We'll just keep right on rolling.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Bye.